Hello YouTube, let's go over Dividend Portfolio C and D. Right now, Dividend Portfolio C is up $102 for a 10% gain. We're going to talk about what stocks have been doing. I haven't bought anything, I haven't sold anything. We're going to talk about it all, guys. We can already see that Cardinal Health appears to be in the lead. It is up 21%. I'm very surprised with Cardinal Health because they were a stock that were really dipping bad. In the recent when I bought it was $46, but I did some sort of contrarian investment. I bought the dip, and it could have been risky because the stock could have kept going lower, but it seems to started to recover a little bit. The average share price when I bought it was 46. Right now the price is sitting at $56, so it's a pretty good healthcare stock, pretty good dividend yield, and we're going to take a look at some further stats. It's not paid a dividend yet, but I am up 21% on this stock, guys, so very good to see. Next stock in the portfolio, Scotts Miracle-Gro. It's a marijuana stock, cannabis. Up 20% on them. So if we look at a lot of these M1 finance portfolios, they're up like double digits percentage gains. So it looks like I bought into the dip right on time. Scotts Miracle-Gro up 20%. United Technologies up 18%. Goldman Sachs up 13%. I'm going to see what United Technologies has been doing. This is aerospace stocks, I believe, a defense stock. Average share price 108, and the price right now is sitting at 128. So definitely exciting to see there. They do pay a dividend. I want to see if they did. Yes, they had paid a dividend, 0.34, so 34 cents, up 18%. Pretty good to see. Goldman Sachs again up 13%. Apple up 12%. General Motors up 12%. A.O. Smith up 12%. Valero Energy up 12%. New Residential Investment Trust up 10%. Pretty good dividend, but it's I thought the dividend yield was maybe unstable because it's like some 11%. Nike up 10%. I'm quite curious to see what Nike's been doing. Let's take a look at the stats right quick. Average share price 76. So when I bought into Nike, I thought that they were a little bit high, but they did have a pretty good earnings report. I think it was the last earnings report they had. They said that the China sales were pretty good. Price right now is sitting at $84. So it's a pretty good grower. I don't think they paid a dividend yet. Yeah, they did not pay a dividend yet, but I'm up 10% on them. So that's pretty good to see. Procter & Gamble up 9%. Very surprising with Procter & Gamble. Not really a growth stock, but they have been growing as of late. Abbott Laboratories up 8%. Pretty good company there. Lowe's Companies up 8%. NextEra Energy up 6%. Comcast up 5%. Wells Fargo up 5%. Microsoft up 4%. I bought Microsoft a little bit high, but they continue to grow, and I just want to be in cloud space. Pretty good stock. Merck Company up 4%. Consolidated Edison, I think they are a dividend aristocrat, up 5%. And Kellogg Company, I believe, is the only stock in the portfolio that is currently down right now. They're down 1%, but let me take a look at the stats right quick for ticker symbol K. Average share price $58, and the price right now is sitting at $57. So they do have a pretty good dividend. I don't think they paid a dividend yet. They did not. But yeah, Kellogg Company, I like them. I like these little food stocks. A lot of these food stocks, at least what I was looking at, I know General Mills was quite oversold at the $37 mark, and I picked up some shares from them. But Kellogg Company, I think they kind of just fit into the portfolio. I just wanted a food stock into the portfolio. The theme behind this portfolio is there's a little bit more growth in this portfolio, unlike dividend portfolios A and B, which focus on like capturing that dividend and sort of compound, invest that dividend. But dividend portfolio C, there's a little bit more growth here. You have companies like Microsoft, you have companies like Abbott Laboratories, Nike, Apple, stuff like that. There's still a little bit of dividend aristocrats in the portfolio, but pretty good portfolio. I think this portfolio has overtaken dividend portfolio B as the best grower, I guess. I think dividend portfolio B might be at $1,120. I'm not sure. But other dividends, we can see that those dividends, once again, are kicking in. I'm up to $3. The cash balance at $136, so I am getting paid for doing nothing, which is pretty good. Return 10%, so it's good to see that this portfolio is doing, it's putting in work. The dividends are compounding. The markets are going up. It's really exciting to see, and I'm just happy that I invested right on time before. Well, I invested pretty much in that late December, early January mark. So I guess I invested right on time so I can get a lot of these percentage gains up. That's going to be it, guys. You watching Dividend Portfolio C. Again, here are the stats, up 10% on them. And now we're going to talk about Dividend Portfolio D. So let's get into it. Just load right quick. Dividend Portfolio D is a monthly dividend generator. I am, testing out the M1 Finance platform, trying to optimize it a little bit, and I'm starting to get clever making these little pie charts. So if we look at Dividend Portfolio D, all the stocks in the portfolio pay monthly, and if you go back to my Robinhood portfolio, you guys know I have 100 shares of SPHD, so that would pay me $14 per month, and I think this portfolio will pay about $6 or $5 per. I think it's $6 per month. So, we're looking at about almost, about $20 worth of passive income, so that's pretty good. And I think the goal for me, at least for this year, is to get the passive income up to about $50. So if I can get $50 every month, I think that would be fantastic. Like, I would be happy with that. I think that would be a landmark for me. That would be something that I would definitely look forward to. But let's talk about the stocks, guys. Prospect Capital down 1%. That is a really large position, but they do pay a pretty good dividend yield. One thing to note is that most of the stocks in this portfolio have very, very high dividend yields. I think they're around some 8 to 10%. So again, guys, do your due diligence, and when you invest into these companies, know what you're buying, because they can slash that dividend at any time. So LTC Properties up 10%. I'm very surprised with them, but this looks like LTC Properties is doing very well. EPR Properties up 9%. AGNC Investment down 0.61%. I still like AGNC Investment. I think that I just like them for that dividend yield. They pay a pretty decent dividend yield. Stag Industrial up 10%. Very surprising to see there. Whitestone Real Estate Investment Trust up 9%. That's pretty good. Apple Hospitality up 6%. Apple Hospitality had a pretty bad dip a couple of months ago. I know the whole market pretty much had a pretty bad dip, but Apple Hospitality really got hit in the chin, and I bought some shares at the bottom. So hopefully Apple Hospitality continues to go up and I get paid that compound interest from the dividend. Main Street Capital up 5%. Familiar Energy up 5%. Definitely a pretty good energy stock that pays monthly. Shaw Communications up 1%. And that's going to be it for the portfolio, guys. So Dividend Portfolio D only has 10 stocks, but again, it's all about experimenting. It's all about optimization. And I think the goal for the rest of the year is to generate at least $50 worth of passive income per month, guys. So I would love to get $100 every month, but I think that's a little bit unrealistic due to my finances at this current point in time. But $50, I definitely think that's reasonable if I continue to invest into some solid companies and just optimization, getting the M1 Finance portfolios to do some of this work and having the money work for me. So let's take a look at the cash balance, $3.15. So we can already see those dividends are starting to compound. They're being I can either reinvest it back into the portfolio, put it into my savings account. Total earned dividends up $7 now, so we can see that those dividends are really starting to kick in. And right now, I am up 3%. So again, guys, I preach it: growth in dividends. That's what you want to see, and you want to get paid for doing as little as possible. You are watching Dividend Portfolio D, and I can see you guys next time.